Guys, we need to talk. Today, I'm going to be showing you how not to look like you're 12 years old when you're really, in fact, 21. I know that was dramatic, but I have been requested to do a video on how to do your makeup for people who are tired of looking younger than they actually are. At the end of high school, I started wearing makeup and I looked a lot older. People would always ask me, how can I look a bit older? I just want to look more my age. Can you show me how to do that with makeup? This is another makeup video. I wasn't planning on this being the second video because I am not a beauty guru, but it kind of just turned out this way. I just want to let you guys know that this channel will not be beauty based. It will be just kind of me fucking around. This look is for when you're feeling just a little bit ugly and you're just kind of down, you're not feeling yourself, you need a little pick-me-up, you need to boost your ego, you need to tell yourself, I'm what's hot, like I can do this. Let me show myself what I can do. You could wear this every day. If I go out for an important thing and I want to look nice, this is the everyday look that I do, but it's definitely heavier than I would normally wear if I wasn't having problems with my skin so much right now, which I will get into in a little bit. If you guys do want a really in-depth and informative video or channel to have a look at about makeup, I would recommend going and checking out Robert Welsh's YouTube channel. I really love his content. He explains everything a lot better than I do, so I would definitely recommend checking him out. I'm gonna do my best in this video to explain everything, but I won't do a very good job. I already know it. My allergies are also really bad right now. It's spring, and so I will be sniffling again in this video, but feel free to dislike it if you don't like sniffles. That's fine with me.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
As you can probably tell, my skin is less than perfect right now, and I wanted to address that. It's been like this for a few months now, and this is a new thing for me. I normally have very nice skin. I normally don't have anything to worry about, and I'm super lucky for that, but recently I've been having some troubles with hormonal acne. Because of that, I've been breaking out quite severely. But I wanted to say that because not everyone's skin is perfect all the time. I know you guys are probably very used to hearing that by now, but I just wanted to say that my skin is not how you see it in all my pictures. I couldn't just put off this video forever, so I thought might as well just film it together, and you guys are so supportive, so I trust you all. First thing I did was I washed my face. You should wash your face and put on your skincare before you do your makeup. Washed it, put on my serum, and then I put on my moisturizer. Now I have used so many primers. I haven't used one for years. I use this. It's a pore filling primer just to fill. Now that I have pores, now that I'm not a teenager, I just put it where I need it, and that's the only primer I use because I really don't see a difference between moisturizer and a primer that's specifically for your skin. So I put this on the bits where I have large pores. Sorry, my mirror's over here. If you see me looking there, that's why, but I'll try and stay in frame this time. We all know what happened last time. Also, I know my hand is orange. Feel free to roast me in the comments. That is because I use fake tan and it sticks to my hands. You really don't need a lot of this, by the way. If you had really good skin and you just wanted to cover, you know, your T-zone and like not put anything else on, that would look so nice. I just can't wait until my skin is back to normal and I don't have to wear makeup when I'm out without feeling self-conscious. But I wear it every time like I go out because I don't have very good self-esteem, like many of you, I'm sure. Sorry for adding you. So when I do my foundation, I normally mix two colors because I don't have the same shade every day. I know this is a highlight palette, but this is the bit that I mix it on, and I spray it down with an alcohol spray. Before we get into that though, I'm going to use this green color corrector on all of my current breakouts because they are quite red. They've definitely gotten a lot better in the past week or so because I stopped taking the medication that was causing my hormones to fluctuate. It is improving, but I don't know when they'll be back to normal. I am going to do a skincare routine for you guys, a day and night in one video. They're very simple, but I really like them because it took me a while to figure out what my face needed. I would recommend checking out Hiram, Skincare by Hiram. He really helped me just focus on the products that were really good for your skin and not overcomplicate your routine. Once I put on this color corrector, Sorry, I sniffled. Now, because I mix my foundation, I have only a little bit left of this. This is the L'Oreal True Match concealer. Now, I don't have much of this left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put it on my face like a barbarian because I can't get all of it out onto the palette. So please bear with me while I make a disgrace of myself in the makeup community. Oh! Why do I do this? I'm wearing a white jumper. I really like this jumper too. I'm lucky I didn't get it on myself this time. I was wearing white in my last video too. For fuck's sake. But we're not surprised though. We're not surprised that I'm like this. This is my foundation that I mixed. And this is my Morphe sponge. It's just like the Beauty Blender. Now I'm just going to take what I have on here and aggressively, it should be a bit more gentle, but I just sometimes I don't pay attention. I just like jab my face with the Beauty Blender. I'm just going to blend on top of that. You don't want to be too aggressive with it because the concealer underneath, normally I put concealer, like a really heavy concealer on those spots before this because I feel like I never have like a high coverage enough foundation, so you can still see everything underneath, which is annoying when I have breakouts that like I don't have the money to spend it on like another foundation. So I do put foundation on my eyelids because my face is never...
Ew.
My face is never the same colour after I put on my foundation as my eyelids. So I just put it on just to match it. Some people say you shouldn't do that. I've always done it, so I just keep doing it for now. Now, you want to take it every time you do it. Never stop at the jawline, please. I still see it. I'm amazed at how many people's faces I see with it stopping here. So bring it down and blend it in, and then when people look at your face, they don't go, oh my god, what's happening there? I mean, they might still. I don't know how ugly you are, so you're not ugly, you're beautiful. I'm just messing around. You know I love you. And now I'm taking this, I'm trying to explain and it's not going very well, this Maybelline Fit Me concealer, and I'm putting it on those breakouts again. And I know this is a lot of product. If you want to comment that it's too much product, go ahead. I will read it, I will like it, and I will say thank you for your comment. Even though, I mean, I told you to do it, so I can't go back from that. But it is a lot of product, okay? Because that concealer matches my skin tone. It isn't lighter than my foundation because I want it to be able to blend in to the rest of my face. I don't want to be highlighting all my blemishes. So I'm really gentle with what I put on top because I don't want to take off anything underneath. That would defeat the purpose. I'm sorry, this is going to be a trend in this video. Okay. We're going to go in with this Instant Age Rind. It's Maybelline, isn't it? Is it Maybelline? Did you say Age Wind? Age Rewind. This is in light. Yes. This is in 120 light. Okay, now you might be surprised to know that we're not going to put an insane amount of concealer under the eye because I don't really have dark circles and they don't really bother me. So I put a little bit here and here and a little bit in the inner corners, and then we just blend what we have because we want to highlight the cheekbone because we had the foundation underneath and then we had the concealer on top. And I just move what I have already on my sponge to a couple of areas like the nose, maybe even some down there. Oh, we forgot to blend this. We're gonna go in with powder now. Shush. Now, this is a pressed powder, as you can see. I've hit pan. There is no lid. I have this Ben Nye banana powder and I just put it on here because I need to decant it somewhere, so I was like, why don't I just put it in here? I get the flat side. Disclaimer, we are going to bake the face. I know this may make you angry. It makes me angry when I do it, but I don't really have an excuse. I know it's wrong, but I'm still doing it. When my skin gets better, hopefully we can stop with this behavior. That would be nice. I put the powder on the sponge there. Then I take the bit that I was using for the foundation and I just smooth out creases. And then I immediately go in with the sponge with the powder. And and I really blend that because I don't want it sticking to certain areas. And then I do the same thing on the other side, blend that out, and then immediately go in before it creases with the sponge. This is technically baking because we're packing the powder on. I like to go the areas beside my mouth because they often get creases, already kind of is. Sometimes here, and I often get oily just here, and sometimes on my chin. I do pop a little bit on the parts that I concealed. Shut the fuck up! Just too popular, you know, it's just a burden sometimes. When I put on this product, I make sure to see where the light is hitting my face too. I quickly just dust over my eyelids with that. The rest of the powder that I have in here, I just dip a brush into there, and I just quickly go over a little bit everywhere else that I didn't press the powder into. But that was just one dip, and it's going everywhere. I did miss one step, I will admit. I fucked up a little bit. I missed one step that I normally do. I do normally use a heavier duty concealer on these spots after I've done the color correction, but I didn't do that today because I forgot by the time I had already put on foundation. For my bronzer, I really need to get more. Look, this is the only product I have, this tiny little bit around here, but I just swirl it around until I get enough product. I just lightly bronze my cheeks and my forehead. If you're pressing too hard with this, you're gonna rub off what's underneath, which it already kind of does. We're just bronzing there. We don't want to get on the cheekbones too much because they're the high points. We don't want to darken them. See, look, that's just highlighted that blemish. Not what I wanted. And now I do around the forehead. Not really to make my forehead smaller because I don't have a very big forehead, but it's just to, you know, frame it a little bit, you know. The contour that I use is a very cool shade eyeshadow that I have, and I get this little brush, it's a lot smaller, and then that looks so muddy on the camera. See, it looks fine in this mirror, but it's just... I also take it underneath my jaw because I have a genetic double chin. Doesn't matter how skinny I get, it's gonna be there. Now, if you're like me and you didn't clean your brushes from last time you did your makeup, I take alcohol spray, put it on a tissue, and then I rub the brush on that. The alcohol evaporates super quickly. Then you're left with a clean brush. This is the lazy people's way on how to do it. You will probably eventually have to clean your brushes again, but it's a quick fix. And so I take that same color and I go to my nose. And I only use this little fluffy brush. I don't use really anything more precise. Some days it turns out better than others, and some days it's just really, why did I even do this step? I don't think I did anything. But you know, it's exciting. It's a lucky draw. You go, let's try and snatch this nose today. Did it work? No? Oh well, maybe next time. I mean, I think I went too far in. I'm gonna take a little bit of this light powder, and I'm just gonna tap a little bit on the high points. Not too much because we're gonna put a tiny bit of highlight there, but I just wanted to naturally bring that out, and I'm gonna actually put a little bit on the very point of this and try. Did it work? Kinda. But it probably looks exactly the same. Now I'm gonna do blush. I have this Bourjois blush 95 Jasper Rose. It's a baked one, so I have to rub it quite a lot, but normally for a blush you would just... And I bring it over here. I don't do it on the apples. I want it to be a little bit lifted, a bit higher, and kind of more snatched. I want to try and aim for the middle of the highlight and the contour, which is quite difficult because they often overlap. But you kind of have to imagine where that would be and then go for there. Some days when I'm feeling it, I'll put a bit on my nose. Today, we're not going to do that because I don't know. But now we're going to do eyebrows. I laminated my eyebrows the other week. To be perfectly honest with you, I've been bleaching and tinting my eyebrows, trying to get the perfect color, and they're starting to fall out now. Are we surprised? No, this is just another thing that is very typical in my life. It's okay because they don't look completely awful, especially from far away. It's only if you're like right up close and you know that I fucked up my eyebrows that you can tell. Most of this is drugstore because I'm broke. So I've brushed them up, if you can see. I like to brush them up. I like that look. Some of them are trying to go their own way. Then I just slightly go through and draw. When I find that they're a bit darker, I don't have to draw that much, but there are a couple of missing spots right now that I just wanted to color in, and I'm going in the direction of where I want the hairs to go. And I have a trick. When I put too much product in my brows, I like to brush it through with a spoolie to kind of soften it. And I take it and I just, the middle, I just soften that so they're not harsh at the ends. And I just give it a quick brush through to make it a little bit more natural. And then I take a brow gel. It used to be clear. I just like to set it. I have to be careful not to get it on too much of my foundation because it goes shiny. Now we're gonna move on to, sorry, I'm sitting on my floor right now. Highlighter, quickly. Now, I like this brush, tiny fan, and I don't take much at all because you don't want to make it chalky. You just want a little bit of shine. This is an Instagram 2016. The end of this is just a fine brush. And then take it right down the middle very carefully of my nose. I'm so bad at precise movements. And hopefully that will make it a little bit more narrow. We're also going to take this MAC Fix Plus to make it less powdery and more natural looking. Now for my eyes, I'm just going to do this crease color. It's just a nice brown, kind of neutral shade. And I'm just going to do that in the crease. And I'm going to try and not bring the color too far down under here because I don't want to bring my eyes further in. I want to elongate them. So we don't want to bring it too far down. Now, if I wanted to make this very sparkly and nice, which I should probably do for you guys, I would take my MAC Fix Plus. Oh, it's covered in black. This is why you need to wash your brushes, guys. I might have to use this. Take your eyeshadow brush. This is not an eyeshadow brush. Do not copy what I'm doing. This is a concealer brush that I'm using because I didn't wash my brushes. Always wash your brushes, kids. Then, once I've wet that, I dip it into the shimmery eyeshadow that I want and then place it on the lid. Now I'm going to quickly take that same color we put in the crease and take it just underneath my eye. I'm not going to go too far in, I'm just going on the outside and only really close to the lash line. Kind of flick it up a little bit towards there. Okay. No, I did not just rub that brush on the floor. I didn't. Stop saying that. Ow! Look, I just dug into an eyeshadow. And I'm going to take this brown here. And I'm going to do some eyeliner with that. So I have this little brush. And I'm just going to carefully this is the tricky part. It's still tricky to match the angle. If you fuck up the angle, your eye can change shape so easily. And I do it every day. I fuck it up every day. But we're gonna try. So that is a little bit further out than I wanted. They're almost the same. I'm just gonna add a tiny bit more to this side. Okay, I didn't fuck it up bad. We were close. I might add a little bit to the inner corner too. If you want a better explanation of this, I would look up Fox Eye tutorial. This is just me kind of blindly doing it and I wouldn't copy me word for word. I might just take my sponge again and just brush up like that. I like to put on false eyelashes.
Ew! What the fuck?
Before we move on to that, however, I will just put on some lip balm because my lips are a bit chapped. So now that they're not chapped, let that sit there until we do the lips. I'm going to do the false eyelashes now. So I have the duo. I just have this tiny little blob. And then I have these eyelashes. I get my eyelashes from AliExpress, which is just a Chinese vendor that a lot of dropshippers use. I just buy them on there because they're like $5 for 5-6 pairs. These are the tweezers I use. So make sure the other end is clean of the tweezers. And then I'll take the lashes, grab a bit of the lash glue on there, put on the glue, and I let them dry for a little, 30 seconds to a minute. It depends how patient I am feeling.
Ew.
It's really annoying being out and about and your lashes start to come off and you can feel it coming off and it just ruins your day. I'm going to show you guys how I put these on. My method I find is quite different to anybody's I've ever seen. It's always really worked for me. What I do is I put it where I want it. It just kind of sits, and then I'll place the two end pieces where I want them. And I'll put them right at the very start of my real eyelashes. And then I grab the tweezers and I go along where they're sitting and I squish them together with my real eyelashes. Be careful when you do this, don't pinch your eyelid with these tweezers because it's very painful, and I do it about every second time. I still haven't learned. I mean, I wouldn't take advice from me, but you're here watching this video right now. Ooh. Okay, so lashes are done. The last thing to do would be lips. I'm going to take off this lip balm. Now I have two different liners that I use. I use this one. I slightly overline the middle. Then when I get to the edges down here, I like to go closer to the actual lip line. I don't like to overline that bit because then you end up getting like clown lips and you're just trying to like pout out the middle bit. So after I've done that nude one, I take this brown pencil and I really lightly go on the edge of where we did that first liner. Sometimes I'll just do a lip balm after this, or sometimes I will do this little lip color. This is like a lipstick, but it's just like a tint. But I guess that's today's look all finished. You can still see these blemishes. They're not completely covered up because honestly, I could have probably covered them up if I really tried. But I was a bit lazy today, and this is normally how I end up going out. This is kind of just a realistic look. Thank you guys so much for watching this video today. I had so much fun. If you made it this far, please go and comment a little black heart down the bottom. I really appreciate you staying until the end. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate you guys coming back. There's going to be some gaming stuff coming up. There's going to be some everyday stuff. I'm going to do a cooking video. I'm going to do skincare routine. If you guys have any other ideas or any requests that you would like me to do, please comment them down below. I reply to every single one of my comments and like them. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.